What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're working on my Toyota Tacoma. It's been absent from the channel for a little while, so I'm super excited to be doing a mod. We're going to be adding the steel bumper pieces to the side of my front bumper. So we're eliminating all of this as Maddie's getting in the camera there. So that's going to be really cool. I got these pieces from Tacoma Beast, which you'll see here shortly. I also got my Hiline series hybrid style front bumper from Tacoma Beast as well. Definitely check out their website. They have parts for the first, second, and third gen Tacomas. And so now let's go ahead and unbox these pieces. I've already taken a sneak peek of them and they look really cool. So we have the edge guard that we're going to be adding onto the truck. We have all of the hardware, of course. And now we can go ahead and take a look at these. Alright guys, so these are the Slimline Stage 2 bumper end cap pieces. Now, since I have the Hiline series front bumper, these pieces are actually not compatible with this bumper. If you have the Slimline hybrid style bumper, this is the Stage 2 kit, a direct bolt-on kit as well, so you can see all of the holes that we have. So in today's video, we're going to show you how to make these compatible if you have the Hiline series front bumper. This is going to be a great install. Let's see if I can kind of show you a sneak peek mock-up. It's gonna be kind of hard because that's as close as I can really get to the paint, but you can see that's gonna be pretty cool. With this bumper off now, if you guys want to see a more detailed install on how to do this, I'll have that link down in the description below. It's a pretty involved project, I would say, but now we're taking that a step further. I can go ahead and show you a little bit more details as to what we had to do to this piece right here. So if we compare it to the stock one here, you can see what we cut off. We have those pieces laying right here. So this is pretty bulky for the inner area of this bumper here. So we cut all of that completely out. And you can see we even have a hole drilled out right here. That's one of our holes to put this into the bumper, of course. So we have to drill a hole there, and then if you can see on this side, that corner there is what we cut off on this side here, just to clean it up and make it match this bumper a little bit nicer.
And then we notched out this area.
Yep, that was this corner right here. That's actually where we started too. So we had that lined up and that was in the way, so we just started cutting there to get it to fit better, and then everything else kind of followed from there. So we're gonna go ahead and draw all of our lines from this piece onto the new piece before we start cutting. So if we start with this area here, we have a mirror image on this side. We're basically kind of right in front of this weld here, and we made a triangle, something like that. Does that look about right?
Pretty similar. We followed more along this weld line.
Yeah, we went down a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah.
And, you know, we'll go back and we're going to do multiple mock-ups to make sure it fits, of course. So there's one out of the way. We have this hole that we'll have to drill somewhere around here. I think we'll do that last because when we mock it up, that'll look a little bit better, easier to do. And so now the biggest chunk that we cut off in keeping this hole here, we kind of went right underneath this hole, didn't we?
Yeah.
Kind of down under here. And then let's just kind of go straight across. Now we can go a little bit lower than that.
Yep.
And I'll clean these lines up. It's hard to do one-handed.
And you can see if we take the mirror image, this piece was right here on the other one.
Yeah.
So we'll take that much off.
We're actually going to come to about here instead.
And then it was
so scratch that line.
This much off.
Yeah. We have a few power tools that we're using. I'm going to start off with our reciprocating saw to get the bulk of this metal out of the way. So I'm going to do a first cut going down here. Then I also have the angle grinder to snip off the bottom. I'll use this again to go straight across. And then the angle grinder is really going to clean up these lines. You're not going to see them, but I'm kind of picky about that. We're going to get some nice smooth edges going all around. So we have all of our cuts on this piece done, minus the lower section, which we'll do here later. But now you can see on the side of the bumper, this is all we had to cut out from that notch. And this is going to be hidden because this portion of this piece is going to wrap around the other side of it. So we're just going to wiggle it in like this, and you'll see now it sits right on the outside. So that piece is now hidden, and we just have to mock this up to see what's level and what looks good like we did the other side. So our first hole that we're going to drill to secure this to this frame is right here. So we're going to use one of the bolts provided with this kit in order to go through here. We're going to utilize the hole on the bottom side here that we did not cut. So this will be our second hole, and that's all we did as I showed earlier. All right, so our drilling process is kind of involved. This is thick steel that we're trying to drill through. So we have 2 drill bits, actually 3 drill bits and 2 drills. So the first thing that we're going to do is use a smaller one just to make our pilot hole. That's going to make it a lot easier. We also have some lubricating oil that we're putting on the drill bit, and we're putting on the hole area there. That is keeping the smoke to a minimum, and it's not burning out our bits as often as if we weren't using it. So that's a good tip. So with that hole drilled out, we can go ahead and mock this up so we know exactly where we're going to drill that hole.
So with that hole done, I'm now just going to take this tool so I can easily know exactly where it is. And let's see where it lines up. So a little bit farther down than where we originally had it.
All right, so this side is all done, minus the bottom cut, which we're going to do after we get this mocked up completely. That way we know exactly where to drill. So we got our bolts. We've actually only used 1 bolt from the kit. These other ones are much longer. So if you're doing this, just note that you'll have to get some more hardware. So we are into this project about 5 hours now, and this is our complete mock-up. We do have one more cut to do, but we wanted to just go ahead and show you guys the back side of the bumper here. You can see what would be the passenger side here with the long bolt down there. You can see there is a good gap. That is as good as we are going to get. All of these are nice and secure as if we were putting this onto the truck.
Yeah, I mean there's no flex.
They're not going anywhere.
Like the whole way to the bumper I can do this.
Yeah. So we're 1 bolt shy of what the kit is supposed to have, but this has been a really fun project fabricating this basically to mock it up to this bumper here. And so the last cut is right down here. You can see that corner right there. That looks way out of place. So if we come over to this side where we have it cut, it is a little bit odd, but at least it's another kind of angle here that at least matches much nicer. So here is a rough mock-up, you guys. And it is looking really cool.
To show them how we're gonna do this cut.
Yeah.
All we're really doing, we're taking the level and creating a nice straight edge. We're gonna put a dot where we're gonna start the cut, and it's gonna go level. So just keep your level obviously level. And with it level, we'll know where the next one goes. We'll make a straight line, and then take this off, cut it, and then clean it all up. And then we'll paint all the edges so no rust happens, and that's about it.
Yeah, so this is a pretty involved project, but like I said, if you don't want to buy the other bumper, all of these are available on Tacoma Beast. So if you already have this, you can get these pieces, or you can go with the Slimline bumper that fits these pieces. And so we're actually running out of daylight, so we're gonna finish this up with this one cut, and then we'll see you guys in about 5 seconds. It's a new day, you guys, and we already went ahead and installed one side so we can show you the before and after differences. Now again, these are a little bit different of a color. I might paint it at some point just to get it to match better, but with these being 2 different brands, this is the best mock-up that we could get if you want to add these pieces. You'll also notice too that it does stick out slightly here. Do I like that? Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it, but if you think about this as some added protection for off-road, I did scrape a dirt wall once off-road, so with this here, if that ever happened again, it would hit this first instead of the paint. So you can look at it that way. I'm giving myself a little bit more protection. So you can see the bodywork actually tucks away on the backside here, so we have another ½ inch or so of the actual bumper, so we actually had to cut less than you would if you were installing this on the other style brand. So you can get a cool before and after differences with these shots here just to see how much more of the tire you can see. And I think it makes it look a lot more aggressive. All right, so on to installing the bumper now and working on the passenger side. You'll see over on the driver's side, our line is not the most perfect, but that line is gonna be hidden behind this bumper, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And we had to go back a few times after mucking up the bumper just to trim some things away. So I don't have exact measurements for you guys. Basically what we did, if you follow this line here underneath the fog light housing, most aftermarket bumpers tell you to go about 1/4 inch below that line, and you'll go all the way as straight as you can to the fender flare. So we gave ourselves, what, another inch or so, I think, and we started way down here, and that cut was actually the one that we went off of, so that gave us a lot of extra bumper, so we didn't cut it away too much because you can't put it back after that. So my recommendation would be we're about 1.5 inches down. We cut that across so that way we could actually mock up the bumper. And after measuring the bumper on flat ground, this side was actually about 1/4 inch lower. So that's gonna throw off our measurements from the driver's side to the passenger side. So if you're planning to do this project, measure, 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 measure. We took a lot of time off camera to measure and make sure everything was right before we cut. So with our taping done and our differences in height, this middle line here, kind of this one, was our mirror image of the other side. So I'm going to be cutting roughly close to the tape edge on the bottom here and then kind of curving up slightly towards the middle here, because we did have some issues here with this kind of binding up, especially with this bracket on the back side there. We had to make some extra clearance for that. So we're gonna start there because, like I said earlier, this is very flimsy. So once we get the bulk of this out of the way, then we can make our adjustments and see where we need to finish up fine-tuning our cut. You can see right here, this bar, how the bumper is all the way in. So we have to alleviate that pressure by cutting a little bit higher. This side, the bumper actually goes up. Like we were telling you, there's about that 1.5 inch difference in height, so we have to trim that. And I think the center will be okay. So this is that dot that I made where that bracket on the bumper is in the way. So I think if we just follow this, Brian.
The tape line?
Yeah, pretty much so. Well, that tape line right there, actually, yeah. If we just follow this tape line, we should kind of be okay.
And just to get a close-up, it's pretty much the same cut that you saw on the other side. A slight channel right here for the metal part, and then you really just got to get it up and out of the way.
So with the bumper finally installed now, the last thing is these inner fender liners here. I've seen a lot of tutorials where people, even on the high clearance rear bumper like I installed, they just cut these right off. I don't like doing that, just personal preference. I think it makes it not look as finished. So what I did on the other side and what I'm going to do on this side is I'm just maneuvering this all the way up inside here. So one, it's going to help keep some of the water out from my factory or my fog lights there. And two, it's just not going to look unfinished. So I'm just going to work on pushing this up in here, and it's going to stay in here. So, you know, that might be it for this side. The other side I push a little more. So we still have tire clearance, and you can't even see it. So why cut it, right?
Yeah.
So on a side note, we actually took this bumper on and off multiple times in order to get these side pieces to line up correctly. The first time that we did this, the driver's side piece was actually touching the bumper and the passenger side was about 1 inch away from the bumper. So just know when you're doing this, you will have to make some adjustments. And we found out that the lower bolt on both sides that you saw earlier in this video was the one that we needed to adjust. So on the passenger side, all we did was tighten it, and that brought that piece in. On the driver's side, we actually added some spacers within that gap to help push it away from the bumper. So now you can see they're evenly spaced and it looks really nice. And so yeah, there's the installation of the Slimline Stage 2 bumper pieces on my Hiline hybrid style bumper. Both of these are available on Tacoma Beast, along with an array of other bumpers that you can choose for your first, second, and third gen Tacoma. So definitely check them out. This was a pretty fun project. I think we're into this about 10 hours now. So it was a lengthy install, but I love the look. You can see all of that front tire now, just giving it more of an aggressive look, and it'll look a little bit beefier once I get some larger tires. So that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on our daily uploads. We'll see you guys in the next video.